No, I don't think it requires a lot of time to prepare, because the sort of marriage you are looking for, where your lifestyle is out of the gate is just so extravagant, and you want the latest iPhones, and you want, she should have her own car and you should have your own. If you're going to go in that direction, yeah, you'll be 50 years old by the time you prepare financially. That's not what I said. Like I said, parents and society should financially and monetarily support. So when I say prepare financially, prepare what you can, and also ensure that you have that support. Now, this is an entire change of society. I'm calling out parents of people of marriageable age. Support your children in getting married. Don't expect them to be financially independent before they get married. This is not natural, and this is very dangerous. We take our spouses for granted. Anyone who's close to us, we take our parents for granted. We take our children for granted sometimes, right? And it's always easier to show that beauty of character or akhlaq or be nice to someone who you're only engaging with for a few minutes. But those you have to engage hours and days and years, then you tend to take them for granted. You tend to wear down, and you tend to compromise in your character, which is not the right thing to do. And that's why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam unequivocally is the greatest human being to ever walk the earth, because he was able to have such high interpersonal intelligence and empathy. He would, at all times, there's never a time where he had a down moment. And he would always give that love, respect, attention that the other person needed, especially his wife. Okay, keeping a marriage alive is an authentic goal. Keeping a marriage interesting, I don't like that word, because that goes into feeding that we're just creatures of pleasure. It's not fun anymore. It's boring. We have to get out of that mindset. That is a very destructive mindset. It's a very dopamine addictive mindset that everything has to be interesting all the time. No, marriage doesn't have to be interesting. Marriage has to be successful, but that doesn't mean interesting. So, how do we keep it alive? You have to keep investing in your marriage. In order to draw once, you have to deposit 5 times. This is a general rule that people give. So if you give 5 compliments, then you can give one critique. Until you give 5 compliments, don't try to criticize, because then you will overdraw, and then your marriage will become weak. Similarly, um, do things together, like Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, do activities together, explore different things together, explore arts together, explore physical engagements together, like Rasulullah ran with, sprinted with Aisha radiallahu anha. So when you do these different things, whether it's in your own home, in your own room, or it's outside, you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands, traveling to some exotic location, even in your own home. In fact, if you stay together just in your own home doing this little things together, that has a much bigger impact and much bigger investment into your marriage than taking her out to some exotic location in the world. Trust me. It's those little things. Rasulullah coming home, and if they're needing the dough, there he starts kneading the dough with them. If they're cooking, he starts cooking with them. They're cleaning, he starts cleaning with them. So just engage in the everyday things, the ordinary things in life with your spouse, and you will never even think about whether my marriage is working or it's interesting or if it's alive. Those thoughts will not even cross your mind. Yes, media, both social media, print media, electronic media, movies, Cosmopolitan magazine, etc. All these have immense damaging effects on relations, especially marriage. So, for example, an unrealistic standards of beauty, AI is even making it even worse. So even with men, you see women now see men with just 8 packs, not 6 packs, and obliques also coming out, and and they want that's that person is anorexic. If they had to, if they didn't get a meal in one day, they would die. They're at 2.5% body fat. That's dangerous. You see, that's not. So for cosmetic standards, we're giving up health. We're giving up mental health. We're giving up marital health. So yes, influencers, they're horrible because they're mostly single. They have horrible lives, they have lonely lives, they have depressing lives. But because of their glamour and their gimmick, people think this is what their life is all about. If they had fulfilling lives, why would they become influencers and seek you, seek validation from you to, to let them know how awesome they are? The reason they're influencers and the reason they're famous on social media is because their lives are hollow, empty, void, horrific. They don't have love. They don't have someone who cares for them. They don't have real engagement. So yes, social media and media are horrible in affecting our youth and causing problems with wrong expectations that don't allow them to have successful marriages. The advice I would give is look in the mirror, see how much of the rights and responsibilities that you were ordained from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how much of that have you been fulfilling? Be honest. Be transparent. Don't justify your own faults and weaknesses. Be honest. Look in the mirror and see who is the woman, who is the man standing in front of me. How much have I done in order to ensure that this marriage was successful? If you, in your honesty and you're turning to Allah, come with the understanding that I have done, objectively, I have done what my Allah wanted me to do. In fact, I have done beyond that. I've done ihsan. I've treated my spouse with excellence. Yet, they have not responded that way. Then you may want to consider if this is the direction you want to continue. But first, look in the mirror hard. That's not once. Give it some time. This is over time. And even if you feel that you need to move apart, so the first separation, separate for a while, see how you live without each other, see how much you miss each other, and what you are both willing to repair in order to come back before going into that horrible, direction of 3 talaqs or whatever it is and ending it right there. So separate, take a breather, get others involved, and get counseling, get other mature people involved, not biased family members who will only take one side. I'd say financial stress is negatively affecting marriages. I wouldn't say it's the sole reason for destroying a marriage, but it does lead to a lot of problems, especially when women tend to put that financial burden on their husband to bring in the money that he just cannot possibly do. And he might have other obligations as well. For example, supporting his parents or his siblings. But she keeps demanding, I need to have clothes like these, I need to have material possessions like these. And what that does is maybe even forces him to criminal activity, into haram activity. So the best thing a wife can do, a spouse can do, is make the most of what she has. Humble means humble life, simple life. The best a man can do is not waste. A lot of times men are wasteful and financially illiterate, or financially their financial management skills are so poor that they don't know how to budget, they don't know how to. So a good solution is when men bring a certain portion of their earning, give it to their wife, let her budget. This empowers her, and this also sets boundaries for both of them. So, and we have to live within this. And instead, if it's in his hand only, and he may waste it on his own addictions, maybe, that also causes a lot of problems. So that financial stress, why is it caused? We have to see. It's usually some disbalance from both sides. And if it's not addressed, yes, that marriage will collapse. If you're in a relationship where you feel, or where you suspect that your spouse is cheating on you, then you don't have a relationship. There is no relationship. If your spouse is cheating, there's no relation. If you're suspecting and she or he is not cheating, then there's no relationship. So there's no relationship based on suspicion, right? There's no relationship based on cheating. So there is no relationship in either case. Either your suspicion is true, in which case they don't have a relationship with you, or it's false and you don't have a relationship with them. don't be trapped in this, because this is one of the leading causes, especially for men, where they have false suspicions and they abuse their wife because of that, and or women also do the same thing. They have false suspicions and they abuse their husband because of that. So if those suspicions are there, then you have to really see even if we have a marriage or not.